Welcome to Little Magic Adventures. Everything you missed today in 15 minutes. Real Madrid, what a season they're having so far. La Liga, Champions League, they're right up there.
Absolutely. Their recent matches, just wow. Some real nail biters. Bellingham, what a signing he's turned out to be.
Seriously, like instant impact. Scoring goals, running the midfield, he's everywhere. Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, electric as always.
Right? I mean, their interplay, their speed, it's breathtaking. But have they been dominating possession in every game? I haven't seen them all, to be honest.
Good question. I think they've generally controlled the tempo, but not always overwhelming possession. Some tactical shifts from Ancelotti, definitely.
Oh, like what? Anything specific stand out?
Well, he's been experimenting a bit. Sometimes more defensive, sometimes all-out attack. Depends on the opponent, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gotta adapt, right? But it's about results, isn't it? Wins and losses. What's the verdict?
Definitely a mix. Mostly wins, of course. Some tough losses too, though, which exposes some weaknesses, right?
For sure. Defensive lapses, poor finishing, or just bad luck?
I'd say a bit of everything, you know? Some games, the defense looked shaky. Other games, the finishing let them down. And sometimes, yeah, just plain unlucky. But their strengths? Overpowering. Midfield solid. Attacks deadly.
Right. Bellingham's presence has really elevated their game. I mean, he's just incredible. Has he changed their starting lineup significantly? And how has that impacted the results?
Yeah, he slotted straight in, made a huge difference. Makes their attack more fluid, more dangerous. I'd say the lineup changes have been mostly positive. A few hiccups here and there, but overall much stronger.
Definitely a force to be reckoned with. So we've got their current form, recent matches, wins, losses, strengths, weaknesses. What's next?
So next up, diving deeper into some specific matches, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's dissect some key games, wins, losses. What made the difference?
Okay, so let's see. That recent clash against, say, Getafe. Tough loss, that one.
Oh, what happened there? Defensive frailties again?
Well, partly, yeah. They conceded early, struggled to break through Getafe's defense. A bit of bad luck, too, I think. A couple of shots hit the woodwork.
Ouch. So a combination of factors then, not just one single issue.
Exactly. But then that game against, let's say, Osasuna, complete domination.
Yeah? Total opposite performance?
Absolutely. Bellingham was on fire that day. Scored a brace, I think.
Wow. He really is something special. So a masterclass from him and what else? Solid defense?
Rock solid. And the attack was relentless. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, they were unstoppable. Perfect example of how dangerous they can be.
Right. So Bellingham, the key man. Let's talk about him specifically. This guy, he's everywhere. Goals, assists, tackles.
I know, right? He's like a supercharged engine in their midfield. Just keeps going. And his impact? Huge.
Definitely. Has he scored in most of the matches?
Pretty much, yeah. Either scoring or setting them up. His vision is incredible. He just sees things others don't.
Yeah, his passing, so precise, always finds his teammates. And his goals, spectacular, some of them.
For sure. Inside the box, outside the box. He can do it all. Real game changer for Real Madrid.
Absolutely. A true midfield maestro. Okay, so Bellingham, goal-scoring prowess, midfield dominance. Anything else we should highlight about his contributions? His defensive work, maybe?
Oh, yeah, defensively. He's no slouch. Wins back possession, breaks up plays. Really contributes there, too.
So a complete midfielder then? Box to box, they call it?
Exactly. And his presence elevates everyone around him, makes the whole team better.
Right. Any comparisons to other legendary Real Madrid midfielders?
That's a tough one. He's still young, but he's definitely got the potential. Reminds me a bit of a young Modric, maybe, in terms of vision and passing.
Yeah, I see that. The way he dictates the tempo, controls the game. Okay, other key players then? Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, how are they doing?
Vinicius Jr. electric as always. Still a bit inconsistent maybe, but when he's on, he's unstoppable. Rodrigo, solid, dependable, scoring goals, creating chances.
So compared to previous seasons, better, worse, or about the same?
I'd say Vinicius Jr. maybe slightly down from last season, but still a major threat. Rodrigo definitely improved.
Interesting. Okay, so moving on, Ancelotti's tactics. How's he approaching things this season?
Well, he's experimenting a bit, right? Different formations, different lineups, trying to find the right balance.
Right. So adaptable, changes depending on the opponent?
Definitely. Sometimes more defensive, sometimes all out attack. He's not afraid to switch things up.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Is there a particular style he favors, though, or is it purely game specific?
I think it's more about adapting to the game situation. He reads the game well, makes adjustments as needed.
Smart. So not rigidly sticking to one system, more fluid?
Exactly. Fluid and adaptable. Always looking for an edge.
Makes sense. Got to stay flexible in modern football. Okay, so tactical flexibility, adapting to opponents. What else about Ancelotti's approach this season stands out?
Okay, so Ancelotti's tactical flexibility. We talked about that, but his substitutions, right? Do they actually work?
Yeah, good point. I mean, sometimes substitutions can change the game, other times not so much.
Exactly. So with Ancelotti, have his substitutions been effective? Have they made a difference in winning or losing matches?
Hmm. Uh, Tough to say definitively. Some games, yeah, they've definitely had a positive impact. Brought on fresh legs, changed the momentum.
Right. Like, injecting some energy into the team. Hmm.
Exactly. But other times, I'm not so sure. Some substitutions have seemed a bit questionable.
Yeah. Like what? Anything specific come to mind?
Well, sometimes he seems to wait too long to make changes, or he makes the wrong changes altogether.
Interesting. So, room for improvement, maybe?
Possibly, but overall, I'd say his substitutions have been decent. Not great, not terrible.
Okay, decent. So, moving on, his overall tactics this season, are they suitable for the team? Or, is there room for improvement there too?
That's a $1 million question. I mean, they're winning games, right? So something's working.
True. But are they playing to their full potential? That's the question.
Good point. I think there's definitely room for improvement. They can be more consistent, more clinical.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes they look unstoppable, other times a bit shaky. Hmm.
Exactly. So Ancelotti needs to find that consistency, that balance.
Definitely. Okay, so next up, transfer rumors and future prospects. Always exciting, right?
Oh, yeah. The rumor mill is always churning. Any potential signings on the horizon for Real Madrid?
Well, there are always whispers, aren't there? But nothing concrete yet. We'll have to wait and see.
So, what areas of the squad might need strengthening, do you think?
Hmm. Maybe another striker? Some more depth in defense, perhaps?
Yeah, that makes sense. And any departures expected?
A few players are out of contract, so we'll see what happens there.
Right. So, the potential impact of new signings or departures on the team's overall dynamics, that's always a key factor, isn't it?
Absolutely. It can make or break a team. The right signings can, elevate the team to a whole new level. Hmm.
For sure. But the wrong signings can disrupt the balance, create friction.
Exactly. So it's a delicate balancing act, finding the right players, the right fit, and we will see what happens this season with transfers and Real Madrid.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Lots to discuss, lots to anticipate.
Okay, so after all that analysis, the big question, right? Is this Real Madrid squad strong enough to win it all? La Liga, Champions League, the whole shebang?
Yeah, the $1 million question. They've got the talent, that's for sure. Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, a solid midfield, a potent attack.
Right. But is it enough? We've seen some defensive vulnerabilities, some inconsistencies.
True. And the competition is fierce. Other teams are strong too. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, they're all contenders.
Exactly. So it's not just about having a good squad, it's about consistency, avoiding injuries, and, a bit of luck. Hmm.
Yeah, luck plays a part, but I think if they can shore up that defense and find that consistency, they've got a real shot.
I agree. It'll be a tough fight, no doubt. But they're definitely in the mix.
Definitely. So let's say 70 to 30 odds, 70% chance of winning at least one major trophy.
Hmm. Um, Maybe a bit optimistic. I'd say 60 to 40. It's a long season. Anything can happen.
Fair enough. 60 to 40 it is. Okay, so moving on to our final segment, fan questions and predictions.
Always a fun part of the show. Let's see what our listeners have to say.
Yeah, we've got some pre-submitted questions here, and if we're live, we can take some live comments too.
Sounds good. First question from, let's see, Maria in Madrid. She asks, do you think Bellingham will win the Ballon d'Or this season?
Ooh, that's a tough one. He's been incredible, but it's early days. A lot can happen.
Yeah, he'd need to maintain this form, and Real Madrid would need to win some silverware.
Exactly, but it's definitely a possibility. He's got the potential.
Definitely. Okay, next question from David in London. What are your predictions for the next match against, let's say, Barcelona?
El Clasico. Always a huge game. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Real Madrid. What do you think?
I think it'll be a close one. Maybe a 1-1 draw. Always tough to predict El Clasico.
Yeah, anything can happen in those games. Okay, so predictions for the rest of the season, La Liga, Champions League. What do you see happening?
Well, I think Real Madrid will be challenging for both titles, but it'll be a tough road.
Agreed. They have the potential to win it all, but it's a long season, lots of tough competition. We'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out.
Right. So wrapping things up, Real Madrid's prospects this season, La Liga, Champions League, can they do it?
Yeah, the big question. I mean, they've definitely got the potential with Bellingham in the squad. They're a real force.
Totally. He's been the catalyst, right? But La Liga's tough. Barcelona's always a threat. Atletico, never easy.
Exactly. And the Champions League, that's a whole different beast. Bayern, City, PSG, so many strong teams.
I know, right? The competition's fierce. So what do they need to do to, actually win it all?
Well, consistency for sure. They can't afford those occasional slip-ups like that Getafe game.
Yeah, those defensive lapses need to be eradicated. And they need to be more clinical in front of goal. Can't waste those chances.
Agreed. They need to capitalize on their strengths. Bellingham's vision, Vinny's speed, Rodrigo's finishing.
Yeah, maximize their firepower, and Ancelotti's tactics, they need to be spot on. The right balance, attack and defense.
Definitely. He needs to find that winning formula and keep the team motivated, focused.
Yeah, the mental game's huge, especially in those pressure cooker situations, the latter stages of the Champions League.
Absolutely. And one more thing, staying injury-free. That's crucial.
So true. A key player gets injured, it can derail the whole season. Look what happened last year.
Exactly. So fingers crossed they can keep everyone fit and healthy. Okay, so final thoughts, predictions?
Well, I think they've got a real shot at La Liga, maybe 60 to 40 odds. Champions League, tougher, say 40 to 60?
Yeah, I could see that. Lots of variables. But if they can put it all together, they could definitely surprise a few people.
Absolutely. It's going to be an exciting season. That's all the time we have for today's little magic adventure. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Catch you next time. Goodbye, everyone. And a very special thanks to all our new listeners. We truly appreciate your support. Adios.
See you next time, folks.